Welcome to Labor Prep. We'll begin this class in a seated position on our mats. It is especially important in the third trimester of your pregnancy that your pelvis is neutral or tilting forward slightly, so if there's any rounding in your lower back, then sit on a bolster. Find a tall, nice, long spine, then relax your shoulders and settle into your natural curves. Take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Gently close your eyes as we begin with a calm breathing technique. This calm breathing technique uses a 4-count inhale and an 8-count exhale. And remember that this takes practice, so it can feel challenging the first couple of times you do it. But the more you use this calm breathing technique, the easier it will be to tap into when you need it, like times when you're feeling stressed, or nauseous, or anxious. I'll only guide you for the first couple of breaths, and then from there you have 1 full minute to continue the practice on your own. So exhale everything from your lungs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going on your own. Allow your breathing to return back to a natural rhythmic state. Take your hands down to your knees and begin some big neck rolls in any direction to start. Try closing your eyes to become more aware of the sensation that you feel as you slowly roll your head in one direction. Allow sensation to anchor you, to ground you into the present moment. So if at any point in this class you feel distracted, try closing your eyes, coming back to sensation. And switch direction. Draw your chin back to center. With your hands on your knees, inhale to pull your heart forward, lift your chin up for a seated cow pose. As you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, even tuck your lower back for seated cat back. Inhale, seated cow pose, heart pulls forward, chin lifts up. Exhale, seated cat back, round your spine, tuck your chin. Keep going with your breath. Inhale to open, exhale to close. Slow and fluid in your movement. Come back to center, sit up tall, and relax your shoulders. For just a few Kegel exercises, we're going to use the elevator technique. So imagine that your vagina was an elevator. Yes, I just said vagina. Imagine that elevator had 4 floors. So lift up to the first floor and hold. That's challenging. It gets easier each time you do it. Lift up to the second floor and hold. Lift up to the third floor and hold. Finally, lift up to the 4th floor and hold. You're not going to drop it all at once. Instead, relax down to the 3rd floor and hold. Relax down to the 2nd floor and hold. Relax down to the 1st floor and hold. This might be the most challenging part. And then relax completely. Let's try that again. Lift up to the 1st floor and hold. Lift up to the 2nd floor and hold. 3rd floor and hold. 4th floor and hold. Stay strong, relax down to the 3rd floor, hold. Relax down to the 2nd floor, hold. Relax down to the 1st floor, you've got this, hold. Relax completely. Let's do it again. Lift up to the 1st floor, hold. 2nd floor, hold. 3rd floor, hold. 4th floor and hold. Relax down to the 3rd floor, hold. Relax down to the 2nd floor, hold. Relax down to the 1st floor, hold. Wonderful. Relax completely and meet me in a tabletop on your hands and knees. Begin swaying your hips side to side or adding a big circular motion. Just explore any movement that will feel good for you. This is a great labor position for many reasons. Being on your hands and knees gives you control over movement, so you can practice cat-cow spinal waves, big hip circles, even drawing figure eights with your hips, and this can help loosen up your hips, relieve tension from your lower back, and even help with baby positioning with all that gravity pulling baby down. Now come back to a neutral spine, hands under shoulders, knees somewhat under your hips, maybe wider. Let's do some cat backs together, essentially pelvic tilts from the tabletop position. So inhale with your neutral spine. As you exhale, round your spine, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, and feel your belly engage, hugging your baby in. Inhale back to your neutral spine. Exhale to your cat back. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, cat back. Keep going just a few more times on your own, slow and controlled. Great. Now walk your hands forward and lower your chest down to the mat for puppy dog, or if you'd like to stack your forehead on your forearms, you can call it polar bear. Hips stay above your knees, chest is melting down to the mat. Let your belly give into gravity and use all of the sensation within this pose to anchor further into the present moment. Sensation in your lower back as tension releases. in your lower belly as ligaments lengthen, through your chest and shoulders, upper back, neck, and jaw, as everything relaxes. This is another position that is great for laboring, baby positioning, and lower back pain. Whenever you're ready, slide your hips back into an extended child's pose with your knees as wide as comfortable, arms out long in front of you, or you can rest your forehead on stacked forearms. Find the place where you can relax everything and give into gravity. To add a gentle twist, lift up just enough to thread your right arm underneath. So you're lying down on your right shoulder, right temple down to the mat, and hips stay low. With your eyes closed, observe how your natural breath is connected to any sensation you feel within this pose, as if your breath was massaging your body from the inside out. Replace your right hand to thread your left arm underneath. Left temple down to the mat. Let go of everything and anything you don't need. Replace your left hand. Rise up into a tabletop and make your way to downward facing dog with your feet as wide as comfortable for you. Keep your spine long, hips reaching high and back, so you're pressing your chest towards your thighs. From here, just bend your right knee. Keep your left leg straight so you're pushing into your left heel, a lot of sensation in your left hamstring. Then switch legs. Bend your left knee. Right leg straightens out, right heel drives down. And switch. Alternate between legs, bending one knee and then the other at a pace that serves you. Now with a gentle bend in both knees, walk your hands back, sit your hips low, into a variation of a deep squat. Use your hands on the mat as you lean forward and press your arms into your inner knees to feel and help your inner thighs open up. This should feel pretty good. Add as much movement as you'd like, rocking side to side, sitting in one hip and then the other. Now you're welcome to stay here with your hands on the mat, just kind of shifting hips side to side. You're also welcome to sit back into a traditional deep squat, hands at heart center, heels grounding, sitting up tall through your heart so that there's no rounding in your back. If you find that the deep squat with your hands at heart center isn't nearly as comfortable for you, you can always take your hands down to the mat for that support. Both of these can be birthing positions, but even if you don't use it like that, it's still a wonderful practice throughout your entire pregnancy to get into these poses to help open up your hips, lengthen your lower back, and sit up tall, improving your posture. And gently release into a forward fold. With your feet mat distance, hips high, gently bend your knees one at a time, swaying side to side, inviting some blood flow to your legs. Now with both knees bent, tuck your chin and unroll all the way up to standing. Keep baby hugging in the whole time to help support your lower back. When you come all the way up, interlace your hands behind your lower back. Take a big breath as you press your knuckles away and open up through your chest. Then keep your knuckles interlaced and just lower your hands down to your lower back so your knuckles are pointing down to the ground. Add some neck rolls or shoulder rolls or anything else that calls out to you. Draw your chin back to center, release your hands, and reach your arms up overhead. Grab onto your left wrist and gently dive over to the right as you lengthen your whole left side body. Keep your weight anchoring down through your left heel as you stretch up through your left hand and send your breath to create space between each rib on your left side. Then come back to center and switch sides. Grab onto your right wrist and lengthen your whole right side body as you gently dive over to the left. Keep weight pressing down through your right heel, stretch up through your right hand, breathe into the right side body between each rib, essentially using your breath to create space for more breath later. Then come back to center. Take your hands to your hips and begin adding some big hip circles in one direction to start. Take it as deep as you'd like to go, whatever feels good for you. And switch direction. If you haven't already, close your eyes and let the sensation ground you further into the present moment. Now make your way to a forward fold and walk your hands forward into a downward facing dog. From your down dog, step your right foot outside of your right hand, so nice big wide step for a runner's lunge. Now, if your foot gets stuck on the mat, just grab your ankle with your hand and pull it up. Then lower your back knee down to the mat, sink into your hips, let your head hang heavy, and either settle into stillness or pulse in and out of your hips, whatever feels good for you. Experiment with movement. Little circular motions with your hips. Even opening and closing your jaw to remind you to relax. Mindfully make your way back to downward facing dog, and we'll switch sides. Step your left foot outside of your left hand, pull your ankle up with your hand if you need to, lower your back knee down to the mat, relax your neck, shoulders, jaw, even your eyelids. And if you did on the other side, experiment with movement, rocking, circular motions, anything you did on the other side or whatever would feel good on this side. Then mindfully come back to downward facing dog. You're always welcome to take tabletop as a transition pose or just as a modification of down dog instead. Eventually do make your way to downward facing dog so we can set up half pigeon. Bring your right knee all the way up to your right wrist, even past it towards the right side of your mat. Lay your shin flat on the mat and be mindful that your hips are squared off towards the front of your mat so that you can get a nice big opening through your left hip flexor. Stay upright, at least for the first minute in this half pigeon. Relax any tension from your hips and observe all the sensation as you open up through your left hip flexor, psoas, even through your right glute. And if you ever feel yourself tensing up because of the intensity of the sensation you feel, tap into your calm breath. That 4-count inhale, 8-count exhale, as a way to relax and soften the body. And once you do feel relaxed, then return back to a natural breath. Observe sensation and stay present and calm. You're welcome to stay here, upright in your half pigeon, or lower down to your forearms or forehead down to the mat to completely surrender and relax. Take your time as you rise, curl your back toes under, and make your way back to your downward facing dog. When you're ready, set up your left side. Left knee up towards your left wrist, even past it towards the side of your mat. Lay your shin flat. Make sure that your hips are square. So if there were headlights shining off of your hip bones, they'd be pointing forward towards the top of your mat. Prop up on your hands or fingertips so that you're lifted up through your heart, shoulders relaxed. Sink into your hips, relaxing any tension or resistance. Then gently close your eyes and find a breath that will serve you, that can keep you calm, grounded, and present. If you did so on the other side, surrender down to your forearms or all the way down to the mat on this side as well. Relax. Walk your hands back up and make your way back to downward facing dog. Press your chest towards your thighs and feel your breath travel up and down your spine. Then take a walk to the top of your mat for a forward fold. With your feet as wide as comfortable, hang heavy all the way through the crown of your head, and bend your right knee as you straighten out your left leg. Breathe into the sensation that you feel. It's too easy to escape or distract whenever sensation becomes intense. Challenge yourself to mentally stay strong and focused, even within all of the intensity. And switch legs. Bend your left knee, straighten out your right leg. Then bend both knees and mindfully take a seat on your mat for reverse tabletop. Both feet are flat, hip distance. Plant your hands behind you, shoulder distance. Fingertips can point back or forward, doesn't matter. Then either just lift up through your heart, open up through your chest, or take it all the way by lifting your hips up off the mat as well. Knees press forward, heart rolls open, breath is smooth and deep. Now lower your hips down to the mat, and for a seated butterfly or Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of your feet together and pull your heels in close towards your hips. Make sure that your pelvis stays either neutral or tilting forward. No rounding in your lower back. If there is rounding, then take more space between your hips and heels. Sit up tall. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Relax your pelvic floor and inner thighs. Now take more space between your hips and heels. Hands on your knees, and begin rocking your upper body in a big circular motion. Let it be smooth and slow and fluid. Even get your neck involved, your shoulders involved. And then switch direction. Come back to center. Extend your right arm straight out from your side, palm touching the ground. Then reach your left arm up and overhead for a big side body stretch. Keep your left hip grounding as you reach through your left fingertips and breathe into your left side. Then come back to center to switch sides. Reach your right arm up and overhead. Stay grounding through your right hip as you lengthen and breathe into your right side body. And come back to center. For a gentle twist to your right, plant your right hand on fingertips behind you, left hand to your right knee, and turn as if you were looking over your right shoulder for someone behind you. No need to force or pull, you're already in your twist, so just breathe. And switch sides. Left hand plants behind you, right hand to your left knee. Turn through your shoulders, through your chin, and deepen your breath. Then make your way back to center. Find a comfortable seated position, whether that's Baddha Konasana or cross at the ankles, or even sitting on a bolster. Gently close your eyes. Sit up tall. And this time, we'll practice a deep breathing technique, something that you can actually use while you're laboring, whenever you're feeling Braxton Hicks, real contractions, and throughout your labor to keep you calm and relaxed. So as we do this, I want you to feel your belly rising and falling with your breath, as if you were sending your breath deep into your belly. This is all in and out through the nose. Exhale everything from your lungs. Then take a relaxed inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep it going, counting in your head or tapping along. And remember that it gets easier with practice. This is different from the calm breath, the 4 count in, 8 count out, in the sense that this will just help you stay present and relaxed. Whenever you'd like, come to lie down on your back for your final Shavasana. Completely relax. With your eyes gently closed, and let at least one hand rest on baby. Visualize your birthing day. Imagine yourself calm but excited with the first sensations of early labor. And as your labor progresses, you stay calm yet confident. And you're using your breath as a tool to keep your whole body relaxed. Your entire yoga practice has prepared you for this moment. To be mindful of sensation, of unnecessary tension, even of your breath, and how your breath affects your body and your state. As your labor progresses, you maintain your calm, relaxed, and confident state, even up into the birthing. Because even within the intensity, you can surrender to your body. Trust your body. No matter what your birthing experience turns out to be, you know how to tap into your inner calm, power, and grace. Visualize yourself finally holding your baby in your arms for the first time. smiling as you make eye contact, overflowing with love beyond anything you've ever experienced before. Take a few more moments to bask into the warmth and feeling of that visualization. If you haven't already, roll onto your side. And use your hands to press yourself up to seated. Find your comfortable seated position. And take one hand to your heart, one hand to your baby. With your eyes gently closed, practice the breathing technique that you need to work on most before we finish this class. Either the calm breathing technique, 4 count in, 8 count out, or the deep breathing technique, 8 count in, 8 count out, for 1 full minute on your own. Allow your breath to return back to its natural rhythmic state and bring your hands together at heart center. Take a moment to thank yourself for committing to your practice today. And I thank you. Namaste.